Today's episode or video is about our solar system. We had it done, and you can watch. I'll put the solar install in a card up above here, so you can go back and watch it. But we have 2,400. Just a little review. We have 2,400 watts of solar on the roof and 1,000 amp hours of Battleborn, 10 Battleborn batteries, 2 3,000 watt Magnum inverters, and we've been off the grid this week at this location. It's our cousin's farm for 5 days, and 2 of the days we had zero sun. Well, one day it rained all day and all night, and we didn't have any sun till about 3 o'clock in the evening. So basically, we were no sun. Because we don't tilt our panels, we normally get the maximum amount we get is about 1,400 to 1,500 watts at one time. But because we have a lot of panels, it can go higher and it can go lower, depending on what area of the country you're in. So Arizona, I suspect that we would have a lot more sun, and time of year it is, whether it's in the hemisphere where the sun is we can get a lot more. But so far we've had up to about 1,700, 1,800, 1,900 watts at one time. Most of it, we only get about 15 at one time, but we've had, I think the most is 1,900. Now, of that 5 days, the review of those 5 days, and this is where we're at. We have trees here, but so far I haven't seen much shading. So far, first 3 days, it charged itself back up. We used it down to about 40% at night, or 50% at night, and then it charged itself back up into the 90s, or even all the way up. The day it rained, started raining in the morning, and it rained all night long, and then the next day we didn't have solar. I ran the generator for hour and 45 minutes and charged the batteries up to in the 80s, high 80% range. And then we used the next, like last night when I went to bed, it had charged itself up to, I think it was 85%. When I woke up this morning, it was in the 60% range. Now, I discovered something, and to show you, this is not, look, just because you have solar, unless you have an enormously big system, like I think RV Texas y'all has got a 48 volt system, they're not foolproof. They're not like being hooked up to 50 amps. I mean, at least it's not for me. So I'm going to just tell you my experience here and what happened with us. Meddena, of course, is unfamiliar with that much with solar and what the capabilities are. So we were running the fireplace. One night it was cold, and we were running the fireplace, and it draws about 1,200 to 1,500 watts. Well, at the same time, she goes and puts on her convection type heating oven thing, and it blew the breaker. It popped one of the inverter's breakers, and I was telling her we can do them one at a time, but we can't do them all at once. It's just too much for the system, because that one, the cooktop that she was working with, pulled about 2,700 watts, and with the other it was just too much. So I went down and I flipped the breaker back, and it got everything back online. So anyway, it's not foolproof. You can't run the fireplace or the heated floors together. You can't run the fireplace and the cooktop like the convection type cooktop, or the oven at the same time. You got to be careful what you can run. You can run them individually, You can run the I can run one air conditioner for 7, almost 8 hours. A bigger system, you probably could run 2 or maybe even 3. But I haven't had that. With 1,000 amp hours, I'm not getting that. So if I'm wrong on this, somebody correct me, because I'm not an expert. But we wanted to give you just a heads up on what we thought about it. It's sure, would I love to have more batteries in there? Oh, absolutely. I'm, bigger the better. It's the man thing. The more horsepower, the more, the more amp hours. But it takes up a lot of room. I've got all of ours at the back here. It takes up a lot of room to have 10 of them in there. And I've got just about all the solar I can get up on the roof, 2,400, unless I go with a bigger panel. So, well, I'm gonna review it a little bit more inside, but we'll sit down at the table. But I wanted to cover some of that out here. Today, we want to discuss our solar review, just a real-time solar review that we installed 8 months ago. As if you go back and watch that video, I'll put it in a card up above here. We have really enjoyed being able to park anywhere without being on the grid, with some limitations, and I want to discuss that. We are full-time, and as you know, and we do go to about 10 to 15 harvest hosts a month on average, and other times we might stay at people's property, Boondocking as they say, but we'll be not really mooching on their power or water or sewer. A lot of times we completely off-grid boondocking on their farm. If we are in hot weather, 90 degrees or 80 something, we need to have the air conditioner going for the dog. We can run one air conditioner, maybe 2, but you're not going to get a long period of time. What we do is we can run one air conditioner for about 7 hours with the on solar, nothing but solar. So what we'll do is we'll shut the middle door in the tiffin, and it cools this portion up here, and the dogs are fine. But we try to chase 70 degrees, we really do. And but I am very satisfied with our solar. I'll put the name of the place that we had our solar installed. I can tell you our solar ran around $20,000. Now, it's because the 10 batteries I bought with them, and they installed it, and the solar up top, and another inverter. The actual labor was about $2,500 to get it done, and the rest of it was just in parts, wire, and they ran whole different wire underneath there. Now, can you do it yourself? Sure, I'm sure there's people, not me. I'm not qualified to do it myself. And what biggest thing though you have to worry about is, will your insurance cover your job or somebody doing it, say helping you out, a neighbor? I've heard of other YouTubers where they had their neighbors come over and help them do their job, or their somebody that does it out of the back of their truck. He just does it on the side job. My insurance told me if my RV caught on fire and it was because I did something wrong in the install, or somebody helping me did something wrong in the install, or somebody working out of the back of the truck did something wrong, that my solar installation may cause my insurance not to cover the damage from a fire or a faulty install. So that's why that me and Meddena decided to bite the bullet and have it professionally installed. Excuse me. My solar panels are 210 watts. And then they had to redo everything. That looks great up on top. I can show you an aerial view of the RV when we had it done. you know, it's a lot of money. It took a lot of money, but us being full time, you know, it may take us several years to end up paying this system off, but so far it's been worth it. And I would not hesitate on going with this company that did ours. Like I said, I'll put that to the side, and I'll link our install video on here, and you can look at that. If you have any questions about this, please leave them in the comments, and we'll try to answer them the best we can. We really appreciate if you subscribe to our channel. We have a huge trip coming up in the spring. It's a trip that may take us as many as 3 months to complete, but we're very excited about it. It's unique, and we'll have a lot of great themes on it, videos on it. It's not something that's going to take 1 or 2 videos. As far as I know, I haven't seen anybody else that has covered this, so we're very excited. But you're going to need to subscribe to our channel and click that little bell so you'll know when these videos come out. And if you got a question, we'd appreciate it if you put it in the comments, and give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed any of the others, or give us a thumb down. YouTube likes the algorithm to be interactive, and that's the only way we'll know how our videos are going. We appreciate you stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, we hope to see you on the road, and enjoy 1 mile at a time. Thank you.